and a warm welcome to Springfield, Ohio, round 5 of the NGK F1 Powerboat Series. Now, just a week ago, the teams were in Pittsburgh, the historic Three Rivers Regatta, where once again it was the rink and aim that ruled the roost. Let's take a look now at the highlights from Pittsburgh. So let's take a look at the points. After 4 rounds, Ashton Rinker now over the 1,000 point mark. Tracy Hawkins still in pursuit at 884, then Wesley Cheatham, Greg Foster 4th, and Spencer Love now down in 5th place. So Ashton Rinker has pulled out a lead over Tracy Hawkins, but the other big story from Pittsburgh was Greg Foster. He won 245 points, moved himself to 4th in the championship.
Boy, Pittsburgh, we were running good in the beginning, but we ended up blowing a motor up in one of the qualifying heats, but still ended up on the podium, and we can just get off the dock good again. I think we can be back on the podium.
Another man looking for podiums is Wesley Cheatham. He's 6 points ahead of Foster and 3rd overall in the series.
Ashton's lead, I mean, all I can hope for is him to make mistakes and just keep pushing and change propellers and do some things to make me faster, and just kind of hope we can catch up to him. I mean, he has been doing great all year, so we're just been consistent and staying in the hunt, so hopefully I can continue to do that.
But the man to beat remains Ashton Rinker, now over 1,000 points and just 2 rounds to go.
Feels great after that victory coming off of Pittsburgh. We're 124 points ahead of the game right now. Being consistent is what's going to make you win a championship, and that's all we're here to do. We're not trying to run the boat real hard. We're just trying to stay up top and get on that box.
Ashton Rinker, a fast man with a plan. So, all the action from Springfield coming up. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
NGK F1 Powerboat Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. By Motor Trend On Demand. Visit MotorTrendOnDemand.com. Start your free trial today. And by NGK Spark Plugs, the ignition specialists.
Welcome back to Springfield, Ohio, and round 5 of the NGK F1 Powerboat Series. A massive weekend, beautiful weather, and a huge entry of boats in all the classes. So then, let's take a look at some of the highlights of a weekend of fun in the sun.
Hi everybody, Ralph Shaheen and Tim Seabold with you. Yeah, of course, the F1 Powerboats are the lead story every time we go racing with the NGK F1 Powerboat Championship, but there's a lot of great support racing action for the fans as well.
This was really great. We had the Formula Lights as usual. We also had the J Hydros. And this weekend we also had stock and mod hydros, as you see here.
Well, these boats might not be as big or as powerful as the Premier Division, the F1 Powerboats, but once the checkered flags fall, well, the celebration on the top steps of the podium, every bit is good and every bit is drenching, whether you're young or old.
Now, unique to the Springfield course is this very fast right-hander. The reason it's tricky is that most of the time these boats are only turning left.
The right-hander is pretty tricky. We're not used to really turning right. You know, it's all left-hand turns usually, and the right kind of really throws me off.
I've been taught my whole life, my 20 years of racing, is to go fast and turn left. So then they throw a right-hander in there, and it's just totally unorthodox to be going that way. So it slings you the wrong way when you turn hard right.
It took a while to get used to it, because this is the first race I've ever done a right-hand turn at, but it's kind of a mindset thing. You have to get used to it because you're so used to turning left.
You got a sharp left-hander right after the right, so I mean, if you have a bad setup coming into the entrance of the right-handed buoy, it's really tough on the next turn.
It's more of a mind thing to me right now. The boat will turn left or right. It turns easier left because of the prop rotation, but it will turn right-hand.
I'm getting to where I like it a little better. It's just a different aspect of racing.
Yeah, I think it's a head game. I think it's a head game for sure in the right-hander.
So, tricky fast rights, the series on the line, the boat's tuned and ready. After the break, we hit the water here in Springfield. Stay with us. Welcome back to the heartland of the USA and round 5 of the NGK F1 Powerboat Series. Now, we've seen that very fast right-hander, but now let's take a look at the full course with commentator Ralph Shaheen.
Here in Springfield, Ohio at the Clark County Fairgrounds, one of the more unique race courses of the year, Tim Siebold.
It sure is. This is the only course we race on all year that's got a right-hander in it. So you got 4 left-hand turns and 1 right-hand turn.
And that corner number 4, is really going to play into the outcome in today's racing.
Sure does, because you really got to turn it tight on number 5 to get the boat set.
We begin our race coverage with highlights from heat number 3 as the NGK F1 Powerboat Championship gets underway here.
Group A saw some fierce competition between Mark Profit, Chris Fairchild, and Dustin Terry.
When it was all said and done, the 0-3 of Dustin Terry takes the win over Profit. Now on to the start for Heat 3 for Group B.
We saw a pileup in Group B with Spencer Love, Jimmy Kerr, and Travis Yates. Everybody was okay, but when they restarted, Greg Foster was the class of the field after he got his motor fixed.
So let's take a look at the grid for the final with Mark Profit out in pole position in this massive field, the biggest we've ever had. Hawkins, Terry, Wyatt, then Ashton Rinker, and further down, Wesley Cheatham, Greg Foster with work to do, Dave McMurray just in 11th place ahead of Fred Dure. And right at the back, Jim Robb and Tim Kraft, 17th and 18th. So let's get down to the action now with Tim Siebold and Ralph Shaheen.
Ready to go with a 2-flag start. Oh, and Jimmy Robb in the 13 jumps the gun on the second wave of the start.
Man, look at the jump that Dustin Terry got on the whole field, followed by Profit and Rinker.
Well, Dustin Terry has had a good day so far, winning heat number 3. He's looking strong here this afternoon in the Clark County Fairgrounds. But, boy, he's got a challenger already.
Yeah, he overturned it. Sets him up a little better for the right-hander, but that hurt him coming out of that turn 2.
There's the right-hander.
You see him stretching out as they go down. Now they really have to bend it hard going into the turn 5.
Basically one gigantic U-turn and back up the other way they go.
Really bunches them up. You can see how Profit and Rinker are right on each other, which is giving Dustin a little breathing room.
On board the Granger Chevrolet back machine of Dustin Terry. And this lake setup here in Springfield, much different than what we raced on at the last round on the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh.
It sure is. This is well protected, and there's no wind. This is absolutely perfect racing conditions.
Oh, Wesley Cheatham hard into the side of another boat.
Austin Cheatham, that's his cousin.
Oh, that's going to make things a little rough around the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Man, Austin hit a buoy on the first lap, and then he just collects his cousin in turn 2.
Oh, man. Meanwhile, Terry trying to stretch the lead out as he goes through turn 4 again. They are cutting that buoy really tight.
They are. You know, you have to set up for the right-hander 2 turns before it so you can get in the right position to get your boat to come through the right-hander because they're not used to it.
What's the key to setting up the boat for a course like this?
Well, Dustin's got a smaller boat. He's got the 2.5 carbureted motor, so he's really getting off the beach. And you can see right here, Tracy Hawkins and Greg Foster fighting for 5th place.
You can see the nose of these boats not bouncing around like they were at Pittsburgh just a week ago.
Now the water's actually perfect conditions. But you can see right there, if you get caught out on turn 5, it's hard to make that up and somebody can dive inside you.
That's Foster in the 53 in that bright yellow boat trying to get inside of Hawkins here.
And he does, coming up the front straightaway. That's a passing opportunity going into turn 5 every lap.
Side by side, oh, and Foster makes the move.
Foster jams it in there, and sometimes you got to do that to make a pass on a faster competitor.
Two true veterans in this category. Boy, Hawkins took a blow to the points at the last round in Pittsburgh. He needs a good run here.
Now here's Dustin Terry, and that's Mark Profit going to his rooster tail. Terry shut the door on him.
Hard for Profit to get any grip going through that way. That boat's not going to charge forward when you go through the wash like that.
Oh, he's got a good run on him. Dustin gets caught on the outside here going into turn 5. Profit goes up the inside. We may have a pass for the lead.
They got slower traffic in front of him. Look at Profit with the drive here.
Boy, he's got that OptiMax just running flawlessly. That thing's got some top end.
Profit's in the 27.
Goes by Dustin up the front straightaway. Got a lapper right in between, and that's really the equalizer on this course. You got so many boats, a lapper can make the difference.
Profit taking over the lead here.
Dustin better look in his mirrors because he's got Rinker right up his tail.
Profit won 2 of the 3 heat races for Group A today and finished second in Heat 3, and he finished second to the guy he just passed, Dustin Terry.
Here's Dustin Terry. Oh, Ashton Rinker right up the inside on the onboard. You see all the footage. You can't see where you're going, and as a result, Dustin doesn't know where to go exactly.
Meanwhile, Foster, the CB Technologies 53, holding on to 3rd.
He just comes through and passes Dustin.
Foster won Heat 3 in Group B, and he's now around Terry.
Man, Dustin's got to get in some clear water and calm down and get the boat settled back down and go forward again.
He lost his groove, didn't he, as Ashton Rinker moves into 2nd.
Foster's in 3rd. You know, he's coming from way back on the starting grid.
Rinker, of course, the points leader and the winner the last round in Pittsburgh. There he is.
He's inching his way closer every single turn to Mark Profit.
Oh, the red flag comes out. That could really shake things up here as one of the boats has come to a stop on the water, the 55 of John Eddy, and we'll be back for more.
Fantastic fast action here in mid-Ohio. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
NGK F1 Powerboat Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by TireRack.com. Revolutionizing tire buying since 1979. By Motor Trend On Demand. Visit MotorTrendOnDemand.com. Start your free trial today. And by NGK Spark Plugs, the ignition specialists.
Welcome back to round 5 at Springfield, where the fans have been given a treat so far, and there's more to come as we head back now to the restart. Ralph Shaheen and Tim Seabold.
Well, it's been a great race here today, all brought to you by the folks at Caldwell Banker, Miller Lite, in the city of Springfield, Ohio. As we go back to green, and boy, that huge lead went away, and Dustin Terry gets another rocket start.
He sure did. You know, if you're Mark Profit right now, you're just crying because you had that lead, but Dustin Terry shoots to the front again.
And the great thing for Terry is he's got calm, clear water in front of him, which he didn't have, and would thrown him off of his rhythm. Now he's right back in his groove.
Sure does. Mark Profit got caught up into the first turn. Ashton Rinker is in 2nd place, and you got Greg Foster in 3rd.
And look at the huge lead Dustin Terry has already.
That just shows picking your way through the course and being able to go where you want to go just is that much better for you.
Shows you what a great start can do for your day.
I'll say. He was shot out of a cannon.
Ashton Rinker is up into 2nd, trying to extend his points lead. And the Granger Chevrolet back to 03, looking like the boat to beat here once we're back underway.
You know, his boat is a little bit smaller than some of the other boats, and you can really see when you get to a smooth water race what an advantage that is.
Disadvantage on a rough day, huge advantage on a calm day.
That's exactly right. You know, that's why these guys have two different boats, one for each setup. There's Tracy Hawkins and Mark Profit fighting over 5th place. You know, Tracy's been that same kind of area, but Mark Profit now is back from the lead, and he's fighting for 4th. Sorry.
Yeah, the challenge for Profit has been the start today. It really cost him here with this restart to the event. He's got a lot of positions to make back up as Terry, Rinker, and Foster all in front of him.
Well, you look at Ashton Rinker's right up on Dustin right now, looking at the inside to make a pass.
I don't know if there's any driver in the field more confident this season than Ashton Rinker, who sits in second, but he is the points leader.
He is, and he's on a roll after winning last weekend in Pittsburgh, but Foster's right on his hip too. Wow, Foster's really airing it out.
Foster, a great veteran driver in that 53.
Oh, Rinker shuts the door. Foster has to get out of it, and now he's got to start all over again.
While those two battle over second, it just helps those laps wind down for Terry, who continues to lead here in Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, the closer Foster gets up to Rinker, the easier it is because he's got to fend him off, and it opens it up for Dustin.
Beautiful backdrop here in Springfield, Ohio, the Clark County Fairgrounds. A spectacular venue for the NGK F1 Powerboat Championship. Round number 5, just one race yet to go in the 2018 season. And here comes Foster again.
They don't call him Madman on the water for nothing. Foster's coming up the outside. He's doing the right thing, staying on his hip this time.
Boy, right there too. Not a lot of room between these two boats.
No, you got to be tight. Foster's making a different line to set up for the left-hander.
The biggest problem for Terry right now is those 4 boats in front of him, lap traffic. He's fast, but we saw the problems he had when he had to pick his way through an area where the vision wasn't so good.
That's exactly right. You know, when he gets in, has to put that boat in positions he doesn't want it in, that's when he slows down. That's when Rinker and Foster make headway on him.
Got through 1, 3 more to go, but not a lot of laps left here.
No, but they're all pushing them. You can see these guys standing the boats on their tail. They are getting everything out of them. Watch Dustin come straight at us.
Wow, look at that thing dancing around.
And look at Rinker right behind him and Foster right behind him. So you don't run these boats any looser than that.
Battle for second is a great one. Foster down to the inside of Rinker. Oh boy, there's not a lot of room there.
Wow, you got to have trust in the guy you're racing with. It's not going to cut you off.
You can see the one boat drifting way wide. That was Rinker. Foster trying to take advantage of it.
Wow, he got on the inside. You can see through the windshield here that Rinker's right on his hip.
Some of the best racing we've seen all season, and Dustin Terry. Oh,
Foster
gets
there. It sideways.
He did.
Oh, allows Rinker to go back through. Oh my gosh.
A bobble by the veteran Foster in the 53 lets the points leader back by and into second as the white flag is out with 1 to go.
1 to go. All they got to do is keep it clean. I know for Dustin Terry, you know, he's wanting to keep it clean, get the first win of the year.
A huge opportunity for Terry when that red flag came out to get another start. There he is on board. He's been so solid in his starts here today, taking advantage of that restart, and it could pay off huge with his first win of the 2018 season.
But Rinker is not giving up, and neither is Foster. They're going all the way down to the end. Who's it going to be coming out of the last turn?
Rinker is right there. Terry trying to get to the checkers first. He's going to do it. Dustin Terry with his first win of the 2018 season on the NGK F1 Powerboat Championship Trail.
Wow, congratulations. 5th winner in 5 races.
So, a brilliant win by the Raging Cajun, Dustin Terry.
This is by far the greatest race I've ever been at. That race was unbelievable. It's going to take a couple days to get the smile off of my face for sure. So it's going to make it an easy drive back home to Louisiana tonight.
So look at the results. Dustin Terry, Ashton Rinker in second place, Greg Foster, Tracy Hawkins, then Rusty Wyatt, Wesley Cheatham, Fred Dewar, and Johnny Fleming. And overall, that means that Ashton Rinker moves to 1,274.5 points ahead of Tracy Hawkins. Greg Foster still third. Dustin Terry sits 8th place after not scoring any points this weekend due to a technical infraction.
Fantastic weekend. I mean, we don't have to win, but we do need to get on the box and just keep stretching that championship lead so we can win this series overall, like I said, in Port Neches, Texas.
So an absolutely sensational Springfield Summer Showdown here in Ohio for round 5. Just one more round to go now, and that, of course, is Orange, Texas. With me, Jonathan Green. Until then, bye for now. Tim Seabold, Ralph Shaheen, and the entire crew, I'm Jonathan Green. This has been a presentation of the CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.